All right. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 20 says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building up others according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. Watch this. Watch this. Now, let's break it down. It says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth. Now, many of us may have heard this verse in reference to vulgar language, and that's an okay application, but I don't think that's the best application for this verse. Because when studying scripture, context is key. And so watch this. It's talking about speaking to people. He says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth. This is what he means. He says, do not let anything come out of your mouth that will cause a whole person to fragment.
Wow. That's good, wow.
Don't say anything out of your mouth that has the potential to damage somebody's self-esteem.
Right.
Unwholesome. They were whole before the conversation, and now they're fragmented. Don't let any unwholesome talk. Question, because there's nobody here but us. How we doing with that? How we doing with that? Here's what's amazing. Many of us have teen or grown children that aren't living up to their potential. You see how I said that nicely? I wonder if them not living up to their potential is the harvest of seeds sown in their youth.
Wow.
Maybe they were fertile ground for unwholesome talk. He says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but in contradiction, only what is helpful for building up others. Only what is helpful for building up others. He's trying to give this culture a word picture, and for them, they get it. The word picture is this. It's like if you bought a little house, a little fix-me-up, and you go in and you renovate and you add a sunroom or you add two-story. In other words, he's saying only what will build up and add value to people. Are you adding value with the words that you use towards people? Are you adding value? But only what is helpful for building others up. Watch this phrase. According to their needs. In other words, he's saying that we need to be astute enough to recognize the needs of those around us and be able to give them the specific words they need to be built up. All right, let me give you an example, because I think this is one of the only times I probably got it right, because a lot of times I get it wrong. Most of you know that I've coached football, and I coach my son, and I ride them harder than anybody else. So oftentimes, I can be, after a game, I can be harsh. I can be brutal. Sometimes my wife just drops her head like, Lord have mercy. He's just, yesterday, we go to Richmond for a track meet, and it's hot. It's really, really hot out there. They have to be on the field by 7:30 a.m., warming up. It feels like it's 103. It feels like we're sitting in the sauna. And Christopher doesn't run the 400 until around 3 o'clock.
Wow.
Now he has to throw the shot put. He has other events to do. To the point where he throws the shot put, then has to put the shot put down and run and get his track shoes on because they're calling him for the 400. And we get there. I see he's exhausted. I see he's tired. And he looks at me and he says, Dad, I'm nervous. And I said, son, why? He says, because I don't want to come in last. Okay, now, the normal me would have said, then don't come in last.
Right.
The normal me would say, you just make sure you got people behind you.
Right.
But yesterday, I think I got it right. I said, let me tell you something, son. I said, if you do your best, I'm happy. And if you do your best, if your best is coming in last, I'm going to celebrate last because you did your best. The only thing I just don't want you to quit. And if you don't quit and you do your best, if your best comes in last, we're going to celebrate last and we're going to have a party over last. Now, I can share that because that's one of the only times. Got it right. Because God has created us. And he came in fourth. He didn't come in last. But I celebrated fourth like it was first. Because God has created us to respond to the words that are sown into our soul. And I don't want to sow unwholesome words in a fertile soul.